Woo! What is up, my BKT fam? What is up? Wanted to jump on here because we're really growing. We just crushed 1,400 subscribers. It's crazy because a few months ago we were literally at like 50 subscribers. So I just want to say shout out to everybody that's coming along to BKT World who's going to see this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the mission. Our mission is really to just build a community of like-minded individuals, like-minded travelers who also give back to the youth, which is the kids. We want to really see those black kids traveling. But today is all about traveling for free. Okay. Traveling for free. Traveling for free is an interesting topic, and that's one that people always want to talk about because it is possible. Let's just say that it's possible to travel for free, but it's not the easiest thing, especially if you want to become like an influencer. You might got to build the account first to like reach out to all these places to get them to let you stay for free. There's a few things that like I know people do and I've done personally, and it's either free or very cheap. And the first thing is couch surfing, right? So my friend Andrea actually, one of BKT's partners, she did that before. She actually met some of her friends, and we met this guy in Guatemala. And this dude was like, "Yo, I'm going out to I think it was Mexico or somewhere for the first time because he's couch surfing and he's staying with somebody." But people love to just host people because they're people persons, like people person is like people that just love to be around people. I don't know. I'm not like that, but some people are, right? And that's a really good starting place if you want to start traveling. So couch surfing is something I recommend. Another thing that I used to do is I used to stay at hostels, right? It's really cheap, but I know people that I met at hostels that would just work at different hostels. So they would just travel to the hostel. It didn't work there for free. And then all of a sudden they get to stay there and then they'll get their food and they might get a little bit of money for working at the hostel. So that's a good place to get out of your country or get out of wherever you are and get some work at the same time. You get to stay somewhere for free and then you get to like work on your project, wherever you're doing. So definitely, when I first started traveling, my first country that I went to, and I stayed at a hostel. I was literally 16 years old. I went to Amsterdam, and when I went to Amsterdam, I stayed at a hostel called the Flying Pig there, and it was dope. It was like met a whole bunch of friends there. I literally didn't know anybody out there. I didn't have an iPhone at the time. I had an Android, so I wasn't really even able to like use the internet when I wasn't like on Wi-Fi, which was interesting. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. Another thing is you can house sit, right? So you may have somebody you know or somebody that you know that knows someone that needs somebody to watch their house. You can house sit, stay at their house for free, get a new area, and you'll be surprised how many people like need house sitting services. For instance, like me right now, I'm here in Cape Town and I'm staying in this big ass mansion, right? And it's these people that I live with and they are gone at the moment. But if I wasn't here, we would need somebody to house sit the house, right? Because especially like it's funny, but like these mansions and these empty homes, a lot of these people are like super paranoid because they're like, yo, like all my stuff is there, but they would just love if somebody was there to just watch the house. So even if it's a stranger or you know someone that knows someone, they probably would let you house it if you want to travel for free. Also, you can volunteer abroad, right? One of my good friends, Kelly, she used to always volunteer to go abroad and like help out places, especially places like here in Africa, right? You go to Northern or you go to like a lot of these companies, especially in America or the UK or something else, sponsor you to support, like build something or whatever. You can definitely get something sponsored to help abroad, right? Another way, and it's something that I used to do because I'm originally from Michigan, and in Michigan is a very green, foresty place, right? And you can definitely go camping for free, right? Some people don't like camping. Some people have like this negative connotation to it, but that's definitely a way you can start traveling. Because when you go camping, it's cool because you get to see nature, you get to live in nature, you get to see what it's like to be like one of them first humans. You know what I mean? So I definitely wrote camping down. Another thing is exchange for your skill, and a lot of people overlook this. But this is huge, right? So if you have a specific skill, like let's just say you know how to create websites, and there's someone that needs websites created, and they're like, "Bro, come live with me, create the websites, and I got you basically." So, and then for instance, like an editor or a videographer is huge, right? If you just hold a camera people would pay you or they would let you stay at their place for free because they need videographers. Like for me, I need an editor. If it was somebody that was like, yo, I'll come live with you for free, I maybe consider, getting them a spot just so like I can have an editor in the house, right? Because that's a very useful skill to have. So that's something I wrote down. Another thing is Sky Miles, but it does require money to accumulate Sky Miles, or you can just open up a free credit card if you have credit, but don't jack it off. But you could get miles that way. So I don't really recommend it, but it is a way to travel for free. So I wrote it down. Another thing is working on a boat, right? I never worked on a boat like myself, so I don't really know too much about how to do this. But I know there's a lot of people that do it, right? Especially like Indonesians. Like these people be literally everywhere in the world because they be working on these cruise ships and boats and stuff like that. So I met a lot of Indonesians in Bali that were like, "Yo, I work on a cruise ship. I've been over to America," and I'm like, "That's dope, man." So that's definitely a way to travel for free. Another way to travel is to just go visit a like free attraction, right? Like for instance, here it's these beautiful places in Cape Town, but you can just drive up to like the top of Lion's Head, and it's free. You go up there, you can see this beautiful view. There's a whole bunch of people there. You would think it's something that you have to pay for. But a lot of these views are free, and I think that a lot of times we think that everything costs so much money, but in reality, not everything costs that much money. Nature is all around you. And the last thing I wrote down, and I kind of touched on this before, is like social media, right? Because if you have some type of following or you have some type of expertise, you could reach out to these brands and they would love to have you just post about their like stay. Like for instance, you can stay at a like luxury. You can literally do this. You can stay at a luxury place or you can get free stuff from people and then sell those things or whatever. Just there's so many ways to do it. You just have to really dive into that world. Like my boy Mike, he does that. He's always been doing that. He's like always stayed at places for free, always done that stuff. He didn't have like the biggest social media following either. He just had a few thousand followers and he reached out to these companies and some of them will let him stay there for free to make content. Right. So it's a good way to meet people. And also, I think the biggest thing, which I just mentioned, was like meeting people, right? Like it's people that I know, like my boy Ankur Patel, like some of my boys, they own hotels and stuff like that. And I met them through networking events. Or I met them through network marketing. So it's so many people you know, or you may not know that well, but someone knows them that can put you in contact with someone that can really benefit you in your life and they can help you travel for free. But I think the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway from this video is to really exchange your skills, right? Like there's so much stuff that I need help with. Like I'm really learning marketing and I would love if somebody was like, yo, I'm an expert marketer. Like I'm an expert outreacher. I'll outreach everybody from you. And I'll come out there to Cape Town and I would just literally do this for you. I'd be like, bet, bro, come out here. You do the thing that I hate to do, but I know I need to do. So that's exchanging your skill set for like somewhere to stay and you be able to travel. It's a good trade, I think, especially if you're young, right? It's a way to really see the world. Like when I was young, I didn't work for free, but I worked for very cheap with this guy named Eric Thomas, a motivational speaker. And I was able to travel a lot, like a lot of places with him because I was providing a skill, which was just holding the camera, right? So I think that a lot of times when you're trying to get to a place, if you help someone that's just a little bit like further ahead of you, it can accelerate you to record breaking speed. So yeah, that's all today. I think there's a lot of ways to travel for free if you really want to travel for free, but there's a lot of ways to start making income also, but you really just have to build something. So that's like the next stage, right? I feel like you start off traveling for free, seeing the world, doing those things, getting some travel experience. Then after that, it's like, all right, now I gotta settle down and like actually build something and save my money. So yeah, that's all. Hope everybody's having a great day wherever you are. Good night, good morning, wherever, and peace out from Cape Town, South Africa. Till next time.